My name is Festus Odije Erewini, and I'm excited doing this very episode with you. The common pitfalls that CEO make while in business. Many times I have asked this question to some of my friends who do business before I retired. And I asked them, why are you not doing well in business? And they will tell me, it's about money. If you have money, you will have everything. And because of many of them also know that I'm a lover of God and things about the Bible gets me really, emotional, they will tell me, Pastor, now, even the scripture says that money answereth all things. Yes, it's true that money answers all things, but there are so many things that money cannot answer. And so in this edition, I'll be talking about some of those intangibles, but that really matter in determining how much you succeed in business and how much you don't. The number one thing, the pitfalls many people have is they look at the dreams of others. You don't have to look at someone else's dream to be able to start your own business. Every man has his own dream. Every man has his own passion. Every man has his own interest. And so if you go into business because Mr. A went into the business and is succeeding, you may likely not succeed. I'll tell you a very short story of a woman who saw one of my friends doing very well. In fact, she was the landlady of this friend of mine who started a school in Benin. What did she do? 3 years after she saw that this school had gotten all the strength and all the attention that it deserved, she also went into school. She even made the same kind of uniform and started wooing teachers with higher salaries. But guess what? It wasn't even up to 2 years. Because it was not her dream, the school folded up. Don't go into business that you don't have passion for, that you don't have interest for, just because someone else has done it. We all in life have different questions. My questions are different from your questions. So when you begin to copy my answers, the truth about it is that you failed that exam even before it started. The other thing that I like to talk about why people fail in business, those common small pitfalls, is many people are very emotional. Business does not require too much of emotions. When you become emotional and sentimental, the possibility or the probability of succeeding in the business is slim. Business is based on objectivity. It's based on fairness. It's based on focus. There is a book that I had written, an article, on backing the crowd. And I tell people, when you make up your mind to say this is what you want to achieve, you don't become emotional about it again until that purpose is fulfilled, until that task is done and delivered. You are not to be distracted. You can't afford to be distracted. But you see, many poor people are very emotional. And every time I say this, it hurts. But that's just the truth. When you visit a poor man, you will understand what I talk about. They will run helter-skelter to make sure they offer you a malt. And this same family may not have even drank a bottle of Coke in the last 30 days. They try and borrow money to make sure they cook you a good meal. But it's not so for those who are very rich. When you come to a rich man's house, the first thing is, how can I help you? They don't even tell you to sit down. They go straight to the point. Every person who is rich wants to become richer. Unfortunately, emotion drives those who are poor to become poorer. So when you are in business, one of the things that you must learn is not to become emotional in business. Some other people, you find them reacting instead of responding. And this is reasoning in a hurry. If you are not built, if you have not been built and tested over time, you are not allowed to react as a starter in business. You are not even allowed to react as a normal person, not to talk of being a starter, because reacting means that you are reasoning in a hurry. You've not taken time to process the reason why the decision that you're taking is being taken. One of the fifth habits, or one of the habits of highly effective people, which I like so much, is the fifth habit. And it says, seek first to understand so that you can be understood. When people react, they do not understand before they do that most of the time. And so they hurry up into taking decisions that will at the end hurt them. Why do we take the decisions that we have not processed? And these intangibles, like many of us will call it, are very necessary. They are pitfalls that we must take note of and ensure that they do not become a part of our lives as CEO. The other thing that I like to talk about is the scarcity mentality. Many of us have scarcity mentality. It is always never enough. It is always people are cheating me. It is always I can't afford to lose that. When people know that you are stingy, when people know that you are what they call akanchi in Igbo land, or you have an erudite hand, nobody takes anything away from you. You don't even know how to give compliment. You don't know how to incentivize people. You are just, it is me, myself, and I kind of person. The truth about it is that you may not go far in business. I had a friend, and I just won't mention his name. What happened? We were at the filling station. He's an MD CEO of a company that was doing well, and we bought fuel. The price was, he told them from the beginning, it's 9,000 naira he wanted to fill his tank with. And by the time the fuel attendant had done everything, it came to 8,975 naira. My friend insisted on getting his change. There's no problem about getting change. The fuel attendant came with 20 naira and said, sir, I can't get 5 naira. And he insisted. He said there is nothing on earth that will make him not get, because this is accountability. And I was looking at him and I was saying, don't worry, I will give you, let's go out, because time was already against us for a meeting. While we were still there at the filling station, the dispatch rider with a bike came and knocked off his rear light, mistakenly though, and of course he drove away. There are times that you need that heart of abundance. There are times you need not to be wasteful, but to let people know that you truly care for them. There are times you just close your eyes to some certain things, not because you are careless, but because you have this heart of abundance to accommodate, to be able to allow people feel free and good with you as an MD CEO. I tell people, many of those staff who work in your company, they work mainly because of you. They work because of persons, not because of companies. And if people are not attracted to the kind of personality that you possess or that you carry, your business may suffer. That's why I call these the intangibles. They are pitfalls that can ruin your business. And the last point I want to talk about is taking responsibilities. Many of the CEOs we have push the ball, push the blame. They are blame pushers. They tell you it's not my fault, it's not my this, it's not my that. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. They don't take responsibilities. And when people know that you don't, or they are constantly in the know that you always find a way to push this thing to someone else, you begin to lose it. I told my friend something. I said, there's something that I need you to do so that you begin to have a workforce that will cooperate with you and make sure they deliver their very best to you. He looked at me, he thought I was joking. Of course, as a people manager, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And I told him, I said, each time you succeed, share the victory and let everybody know that they were responsible for the victory that the company had. Make sure that everyone partake of it. Even if it is 1,000 naira, 100,000 naira, you're going to share as a profit. Let everybody know that they were responsible for the success that the company made. And of course, if there are downfalls or there are losses, come out to the public, to all of them, and let them know that you are the one responsible. He tried it the first time, and all he noticed was that everybody started dragging that, no sir, it's not your fault, it's our fault. When people begin to believe in you, your company is going to the very next level. Let's talk again in the next episode. I remain Festus or DJ Reveille.